Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3. Now, the last episode we ended up 1 diamond short. We have our armor, we're using steel tools, but we do not have enough for an enchantment table. I wanted to get working on that. I had some glass smelting up, some iron. I remember we mentioned we're gonna have our mine. And I wanted to start working on the roof. So, one thing I want to really make is a stone cutter. That is because we have a special recipe or set of blocks that we can make. So let's quickly grab a furnace. Let's plop in about 8 coal so we don't waste cobblestone so we don't waste our coal. Also that is smelting. Yeah, we need to sort out a lot of our resources. Okay, grab a glass. I'm gonna make panes that we can place in a few spots. And that's it. So the glass is not done. Plop it in there, place it over here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Stone cutter, thank you. Now I need seeds. We can take a seed and then it will show you the marker blocks. Now, I'm not fussed about having an expensive recipe. Marker blocks are literally just to mark things. So they break instantly and it costs 1 seed for 4 of them. There's only 6 colors at the moment. We're only gonna need about 8 of them. As I mentioned, you place them down, they insta break. They're quite useful for when you are building a roof for you to literally just go and pull it up. Now, this that I'm showing is from MiniHUD and Tweakeroo combined. I think it's just Tweaker that does that. And now we can see our roof. Let's go and drop the marker blocks. Let's grab some deep slate. And let's make some tiles. Let's make some tiles. Bricks and tiles. Now, we're not really gonna care too much about how this roof is gonna look. So this is a full block, this is gonna be slabs, and it's gonna end on a full block. Let's do this as such. And I want this to be too wide going up. Let's grab a few of those. I now really want to sleep when it becomes night, so we don't have any monster spawns. Let's add tile here, the rest could be brick. It's quite hot here now in my country, so we tend to have a lot of extra heat and things we don't like. Yeah, I think that will do. Let's go into free cam. And you can see how the texture differences there make it quite appealing to look at. Thankfully this is quite easy to do. We can add a brick there, we can add one here for the tile, and a tile over there. So I'm gonna need regular deep slate, for cobble deep slate, and we're gonna need 2 solid brick blocks. Now we have that. Let's quickly do a tile here. Let's do brick, another tile, and we can add a brick and a tile. We are short by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's make about 4 of those and 4 of those. 8, 9, 10, sorry. So we need 2 more. And I'm gonna make them out of cobble deep slate. So there's our 10. actually mine one of these up. Let's place it with brick. Let's go this way. This has to be maybe cobble deep slate with tile, with brick leading into tile, and tile over there with brick and tile. That leaves a front bit. We have these 2 slots. Let's see what we can make. I'm going to grab some tuff because I think tuff will actually work a little bit better. Just 2 tough bricks. And let's see how this looks. It is now the front section. Now, we are already a few minutes into the episode and I desperately want to get a few more diamonds. So, we are going to go back to the mines. Backpack is empty. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab some of our spruce. And let's see on the map. Where is our nearest cave? Be somewhere here. Maybe over here. Let's go this way. We also have a farm of crops. I really want to stay in the area. I'll probably have a live stream after recording this episode, digging out the mine and doing a bit of farming for materials, in which we will just gather a few sheep, a few cows, and so on, and I will release that as a full stream episode as well. Now, there is a steel sword, and it's preferable to make that, but I am a very lazy person, and I do not want to waste my materials. So, I am not going to build that as of yet. Some iron. And this ends. So, yeah. Let's somewhere go down here. And I genuinely think now, in terms of how the world is going and how seasons are changing, that we are at a somewhat of an equilibrium point where question mark vein? Nope. We are at a point where most countries have roughly the same temperature regardless of their location. So I live in the southern hemisphere, namely South Africa, and I have a big feeling that that has an impact on the temperature as well. How we have now an average temperature of about 20 degrees Celsius, and how most of the northern countries like Germany and so on still have temperatures around let's see, about 35 to 30 degrees, even though it is becoming autumn by them now. And we have a zombie spawner by what it appears, because this is not my cobblestone. Some bones. I'm not gonna take anything. Maybe the iron, redstone, the company. Actually, let's just take everything. We have a backpack. And then we have some dirt over here. I always tend to mine the dirt because you can never have too much. And we have water, so let's see. It's just going to be water caves. Let's actually just go up a bit. I have irons. There's a second branch. Nothing really going on. And I think we can literally just dig further down here. This is not going to be our final mine. The final mine is going to be built at a different point in this world. As I said, in the live stream we're going to have after this video is recorded, there's a lot of copper. Now, if you guys are worried because we're not fortuning the copper, it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, the world is quite large. We will obviously get a lot of resources later on as well. So, right now, fortuning every single ore is really the last of my concerns. I'm actually going to leave this copper. Let's see that we light everything up. We don't want mobs to spawn. Very cool. We wanted to see to get a stack upgrade if I am recounting now on the previous episode. Actually, I'm gonna leave this normal redstone because it's quite rare to find. We're just gonna keep going. You don't often see andesite this low down in the world. Just going to try and get 1 diamond. Obviously we're going to grab as much tuff as we can because this is a extremely valuable build material. And we have diamonds. Very underwhelming when you have vein mine because you can literally just go and plop out a huge area like this. That's 1 diamond, and that's a few more. Let's see, 6 diamonds, not too bad. Our pickaxe is in a dire state, so I'm planning on building a new pickaxe when we get home. And maybe trying to get the enchant table so we can keep this one in future just to enchant it. We also have a little bit of stone materials now, so we can get onto the main point of today's video, which is quite literally just finishing off the house. That's about all I had planned for this video. Now, regarding the discrepancies in time, I am still a bit sick, so it's taking a while and my energy levels are not there. I wanted to record a video yesterday, but I genuinely did not feel fully healthy to do that. Even now, whilst recording this video, I can feel my nose is stuffy. Oh, we have right click harvest as well, which I forgot to mention, which is quite useful to literally just right click on a crop and it gives the crop to you. We can also try a tad bit of terraforming, since we have the materials for that as well. Our birch tree grew. Let's plop everything into the corresponding chests where we're supposed to be. No, it goes in there. Tough. Usually when that one overfills, my stone types go in here. Let's see what we're gonna need. Is 11 made a door? I'm feeling that a birch door is gonna be better for this base. And we have that, so it's technically open. Don't know if we can see it. I think it's here. Yeah, it's open, so zombies on hard mode and hardcore mode will not try and break it down. Gee, let's grab some of our oak so we can start with the next bit. As I mentioned, I want these to be rooms. This one has to come in a bit to have a free wide area. Can have a furnace over here. Let's put the stone in a chest. Our stone cutter can go there for now. That can go there. I really want it to, because only about 3 or 4 blocks high. So we can do this on the inside. I want to actually separate this room out a bit so that it feels a bit more special. let's see. Maybe we can use some spruce. Most of these areas. Let's make another set of spruce as well. Let me grab it out. As well as our birch. Now, I don't really have plans for this, so let's just throw stuff together and see what we get out of this. Yeah, that looks fine to me. I'm gonna have books here, so this technically has to be a wall coming out. So we can always try and maybe do like a stair. Maybe in the opposite direction, so from inside here it comes out, and it's going to be a bit narrow as well as there. Slab wise, I think the second floor should be oak, personally. And also, I was working on the mod a bit, so in future, steel tools will not be craftable like regular tools. You will have to craft the individual tool head, like a actual axe head, the pickaxe head, and the shovel. Then you combine that with an elemental core and the actual stick. Shouldn't really affect much, but it does add a bit of customization. So now we're just gonna do this. And that's a center block. I really want to do that. It's going to be cramped, but I really want a lantern in here. Unless we are going to build a few blocks up as well. I did mention that I want the upstairs area over here. Words are difficult. So maybe, yeah, we can do this, and let me place that there. Grab out some of our iron. Then a lantern, which goes right there. Break this one. I have a different light source over here. Yeah, so you come in here. This is what you see. It's gonna be blocked off. Maybe we do a special foyer or something here. I need 2 more stairs, actually. I really did not want to waste more spruce, but I think it's worth it at this point. We have our spruce over here, and it just gives a bit of a sight line, and this is urgently going to need a bit, so maybe something like this, but now this doesn't really fit in with the roof. Could I even do something like this, if we add it to the bottom? Hang on to that. Ladders now. And I'm planning on using only 3, because that's all we technically need to get up here. Let's grab our slabs. Let's make a bit more of them. And we're gonna need 1 more. Then this side could be raised, for example. So let's see what we can do, because we now need to add this roof. I want to add a dark material, but also not too dark, so maybe we use tough. Let me grab some tough. Let's grab a stone cutter. Let's see on maybe bits of these, a few of those, and let's start over here. Yeah, this looks fine. It's gonna go out 2 and it's gonna raise 1. Yeah, we'll see now. Maybe we do it like this. And it would help if I did not fall off of the roof. Let's actually move this a bit over. And we can have a slab here. Let's do there and there. And we need 4, so let's grab another 2 of these tough slabs and 2 tough brick slabs. And tough brick is gonna go over here. There, and there. Let's add this one here. Now we're gonna need full blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's gonna be 8 and 6. 6 blocks that we need. Let's do 2 of these and 2 of the bricks. Or of the bricks, sorry. So 1 there, 1 there. The rest could be bricks. Next layer is slabs again. And I forgot to now place the bottom one in. And let's see. This works. Goes a bit further out here in the front, near at the back. So this is going to be full blocks again. We add one here, we add one here. We have to use up the slabs that we have, so we might as well just use them as full blocks for now. It's 3 blocks that we need. Let's do 1 polished tough, 2 tough bricks. Let's do a polished tough and 2 tough bricks. Now, if we go from a side, it looks like it's sloping up a bit. I could have done this a bit more extreme, but probably doesn't matter. Now, my current plan is continue this here at the top, but it would look a bit weird here. So maybe we extend by 2 blocks. What I mean by that is we do this, we go here as well. We extend it out by 2 blocks. Let's go see from the bottom how that's gonna look, because we're gonna have to add supports. That does add to the overall build, and it does add a lot of attic space. Now I'm gonna go up again. 1, 2, 3, but 4 this time. I'm gonna bring that back. Looks about fine to me. In this section, I genuinely do not know what to do here. Part of me wants to continue the roof up, but some of me wants to do it as a diagonal there. So this could maybe be the raised balcony section. Let's see. Time to sleep. Let's add a torch. And we have a lot of wood at the moment that we can mine. see a large tree, so hopefully we got all of the logs there. I also want to cover this up in between episodes, so maybe we do some terraforming there. That's gonna be about 3 logs. And from this side, it's gonna look a bit weird. Gonna make a crafting table. Let's hide it there, so that we can do this. And we add some slabs in, and that's about it for here. I do really want to add some birch into a top floor, but at the same time I really do not want to do that. Let's see, we are going to need a few different things as well. Let's do it like this. This is a raised area. I forgot to clear out my inventory, but I'm gonna grab shears. And it's right click. Maybe we gather some wool. Would look nice there. Bit of an old school building style or technique, but definitely a good one. And another sheep. Sheep. Then we can harvest wool from multiple sheep continuously, and even in a future episode we can probably build a sheep farm, but we're gonna need a ton of iron, obviously. I'm going to use a lot of windows on the top floor just so that we have a better accessibility. Probably mix in some diorite as well, but we'll see now what comes to it. Let's gather the rest of the resources here. I'll plop out a bunch of saplings. Maybe we can do a cellar down here, so I'm not gonna remove that for now. Let's get some diorite, which we do not have a lot of, and I'm gonna finish up this wall like so. Grab some diorite. I want to have some nice bay windows here. Not gonna be too fussy about it over here, but we're going to probably do something like this. This wall, we could do maybe that, extend with some wool. Maybe we should add a few windows here as well, which sounds like a good plan. Maybe one there, one here, and maybe we don't add one here, but we'll see about the materials. Somewhat works out, we can maybe do that. Now, actually we have birch, so we could probably just do that and leave it. Shh. Okay. Side, maybe we're gonna add some birch like this. Maybe I'm gonna change this out for log so that we can place a wall there. Walk out here, and you have an outside area. It's not on center yet, but we know roughly what to expect. Let me actually craft a few. Actually, let's use some spruce for this. stone cutter. And that's gonna help to breach this gap. This is going to light up the walls. Stone cutter, I'm gonna hide down here. We're gonna ignore this and we're gonna start working on the roof. That's going to require a bunch of copper, but I really don't want to smelt all of that. So instead of that, let's use my favorite block, some cobbled deep slates. And we change that into stairs and slabs. To get up there, I don't have any marker blocks, so let's just use whatever we have at hand. And I'm gonna be using literally anything. Just build it this way. And let's see quickly. Let's add a bit of stone here, here, and here. Don't want to run out of food. If we go into free cam, you can see this is going to be quite a nice roof, especially if this is going to be blue. So I think whilst we are busy, let's quickly actually grab some of the copper. About 3 stacks should be fine. Let's add there. There's a third furnace, which I cannot see at the moment. That's here by the door. Whilst that is going down, let's add a lot of these again. 7 of those, 7 of those, and 5 of these. Now by this one, I'm gonna have a cobbled deep slate stair to a brick variant, to the tile variant, into a brick, into tile, into brick, into tile, into cobble, into the brick, into another piece of cobble, into a tile. Talk about dear mekaar, Afrikaans word for very confusing, or very, very messy. Let's actually go and mine this up. And let's mine all of these. Actually going to do this so that we can get up for now. Let's do a cobble, into a cobble, into a tile. Tile, into cobble, into brick, into cobble, into brick, into tile, into tile, into tile, into brick, into brick. So we are short by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 stairs. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, now so we do have enough solid blocks. 15 stairs as I mentioned. It's 4, 7, 10, 12, 13, 15. actually into night time, so let's go sleep. Let's get up here. Right, to this, to this, to that. Into tile, tile, brick and tile, deep slate, brick, brick, tile, tile, and deep slate again. And we are short by 1 block, which I miscalculated. Yeah, so let's make the last one a brick stairs. And I'm horrible at parkour, so obviously this simple wall run is going to mess me up. Actually, just place a block there. Sorry guys. I mentioned I still have a flu. Now we have this. I will be adding a special ridge to the top. Let's actually go down. Let's take out the copper. Eight blocks. That's a good start. Let's actually just grab another ingot so we can make 9 blocks. And then I want to get to my stone cutter. There, I'm gonna turn it on to cut copper for that wall. So yeah, let's actually start by placing in the actual cut copper. Is over 9, which should be enough for at least one of these sides. So we still need a lot, and I mean a lot of copper. Actually, let's make at least 1 or 2 more furnaces. There's only 8 coal required to smelt a full stack. So let's get at least 2 more stacks of this and this. Let's break out this torch whilst it's busy. 2 diamonds, leather, 3 sugar cane, 4 obsidian, and it's not showing because we need to make a book. We have our enchanting table. Let's clean our inventory slightly. Cleaning those, and let's see. That's at least another 6 blocks. So 9 times 6 is 54 stairs that we need. So we do not have enough copper for that as of yet. I'm gonna leave this copper roof quite plain, and then only but later we're gonna be changing it up a bit. For the moment I'm quite happy with a plain roof. Let's actually grab some more deep slate so we can finish off that top section. 4 should be enough. Let's check if we have, yeah, we have tiles, so we only need 3. I'm actually confused. Why is there one short? But it does allow us to do a copper rod thing. If we just grab a bunch of copper, let's actually grab a cobble deep slate block so we can add that to the roof. This. Add this here, and let's go add this in. Ironically, we almost have enough XP to get a level 30 enchant in any case. So, really the next episode I think should be about how to enchant. Especially for people new to the game. Maybe we gather a bit more lapis. Then we see from what we have left to do. Actually gonna leave open a little bit. I'm gonna have to a lot of stairs still. So we have 9 stairs and 3 more blocks. Which I'm not sure how many bits of copper that's gonna be. Which leaves me to literally just experiment. Because that could be 3. Or it could be 4 blocks of copper. Seems like the correct amount. Let's just double check. Looks right to me. We are left with 1 corner. But if we do this, I'm quite happy with how this looks. Let's add the last windows in. Put out copper. Let's actually take out 16 sand. Smelt to 16 sand again. Some more stained glass. And yes, I misplaced that, which is annoying. Thankfully, we don't need that piece. Now we have a top left, and I'm gonna be using tough. If I can find it. Let's just use some plain polished tough so that it can look neat. because I am very lazy at this point. It's 2 plus 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 2 is 14. Then let me do this so we can place here and here. I'll fix up the roof later. I'm gonna add another torch over here just to spawn proof this, which you can see like this. Yeah, the whole area inside is spawn proofed. Let's go sleep quickly. Now we have enchantment area, which we're going to do on the live stream. But I'm quite happy with this. We now have our house. I think maybe I should make this a thumbnail for the video. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy.